Right on. The sadness of orphan books as told to you by the lonesome trio of OmniBros, the OG OmniBros, the Omnibus Collector, and Comics Guide are my co-hosts tonight, and I'm OmniDog. Welcome to the OG. That's right, NFL dude. The original trio returns. Oh no, there's no echo, is there? I'm not hearing an echo. Are you hearing an echo from me, Super Laugh Hard?
I'm not an echo.
Are you messing with me? Because I had an echo on Saturday, but then I've been double checking it, and it was really annoying. But I could hear it. I'm not hearing it now. Is it? Is it Riley whistling? Oh, okay. All right, good. No echo. Excellent. We do have musical accompaniment from the Rye Dog for our IST in instocktrades.com. Let's see. Here we go.
You need to get an actual like little jingle and be like, I don't know.
instocktrades.com, where you can get your collected here. I thought you were going to play under me. instocktrades.com, where you can get your collected editions up from 30 to 65% off, depending on where you go on the site. Don't forget your 2% loyalty discount. The last Monday of every month, we give away a free $50 in-stock trades gift card worth $50 worth of credit on instocktrades.com. $50 or more in an order gives you free shipping in the United States, which is a big deal. That's right. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's instocktrades.com. Yeah, there we go. That's awesome. So, first of all, that is a Boss Swamp Thing hoodie. Where did you get it? Because even though it's 120 degrees here, I want one.
At C2E2 this year. There was a big old booth that was selling t-shirts and sweaters, and it was like when we walked in, it was the first I walked in and I was like, I'm not spending money at this convention. And the first thing I saw was the Swamp Thing, and I was like, I'm gonna spend a little bit of money at this.
Because that hoodie is boss, man.
I didn't even care. Like, they could have charged me $1 million and I would have still wanted to get it. It was like $60, and I was like, I'd rather it be less than $60, but I also really want it. So
yeah, it rocks hard. I really want one. What company was it? Do you remember, or did you just throw money at them?
I don't think it was any specific. Like, it was just a booth that was selling textiles, t-shirts,
textiles,
and stuff, and these things, hoodies and sweaters, and it was on the outer part. It was this big booth. It was big, and like you walk in, it was like almost like a maze on the inside. Like, they had a ton of stuff, and I could have spent like an hour looking around in there, but I also was with a group, so I didn't want to like hold them up, so I didn't do that. Also, this is not from C2E2, but it's right next to me. I got a sleeping Kirby doll. Look how cute it is. Just got it yesterday. I went to Target and I was walking around and I saw this and I was like, fuck you, Target. I didn't want to leave here buying a damn sleeping Kirby doll, but you've made me. By having it, you've made me.
As you can see, Riley's in acquisition mode. I am in the exact opposite mode. I'm in purge mode.
Oh, I
still want that Swamp Thing's hoodie. Swamp Thing hoodie.
I had sold because I'm a lazy bitch. I sold 3 giant boxes of books at half price, and there was a Target right next door. So I got like $350 from half price, and then I spent $30 on a Kirby.
Is this what yours looks like?
Uh, thereabouts. That one looks a little bit lighter, maybe, but it could just be because it's on the phone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same cover image, so it's probably the same thing.
And the lettering looks the same.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same image. So
okay, I'm gonna send this to you to buy for me.
Okay.
If an item is distressed, okay, black throwback retro cartoon men's classic vintage style pullover hoodie. Okay, right on, man.
So then, when you inevitably come visit me during the winter season, we can both rock it at the same time.
Yeah, we can go get our haircut.
Yeah, I ain't cutting my hair, boy.
You're going for it.
I'm waiting until it's like it needs to be verifiably long enough that I can donate all of my hair.
Oh, you're going for that?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna donate, or I'm gonna cut it, donate it, and then I'm gonna dye my hair something, probably like a deep purpley blue or something. Very moody. I'll dye my beard. I'll dye the chin, just the white part of my beard, whatever the color I do my hair.
Sweet.
Guy beard.
Yeah. We're what is today? The 8th? October 1st. Wait,
6th.
what day of the
It's the 6th. You're getting ahead of yourself.
No, October 1st, I have to dye my hair pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and also because I lost a bet with my daughter.
See, you can dye your hair, no problem. But like, I have to bleach mine and then I can dye it because mine's dark as shit.
Yeah, there seemed to be some issue with gray hair, and I needed a specific kind of dye so that it didn't make it brittle and fall apart or something. I had to get some kind of schmancy dye.
You're a schmancy dye.
Yeah, man. The once and future Rye Guy, Righteous Lou, and actual Omnipero from, it appears to be the only Puerto Rican in the chat. I think our other favorite Puerto Rican is on vacation.
He is indisposed right now. He's not available.
I just saw that. Super laugh hard. Thank you. Roguish Type has a question for you, Riley.
Am I trying to look like an anime protagonist? No, if I was trying to look like an anime protagonist, I would keep the long hair and somehow have it like spiked outward.
Yeah.
Which I can't do that either because my hair is way too heavy. And all of the like tricks, I've tried them all, and it never like it just.
Wait, NFL dude hasn't had a haircut since 21. Longest part is to my chest. I got a 6 with clippers on back and sides and a short scissor on top. 2 years without a haircut?
I get mine trimmed and stuff like every several months.
Yeah. Even in college, I got my hair trimmed, even though it was down to my shoulders.
If I do this, then it's down to my chest.
It's impressive. Oh, I apologize, Raphael. I'm throwing shade at a fellow Puerto Rican that I was not aware of. I apologize, Raphael. Let's see what's happening here. I'm trying to get that Reed Richards salt and pepper dye job. His is just like at the temples, right? Just gray temples. That's how mine started. So tonight we are talking about orphaned books, the sadness of orphaned books. Or we can talk, more about Riley's Swamp Thing and his keyboard. And hey, True Graphic, how you doing, buddy?
That's the music for the orphan books. Orphan books.
I like it.
I do too.
New Avengers Omnibus Volume 1.
Let's just send put the suggestions in the private chat, and Riley can just announce them with the music. This is the best. Hello to Axel. Welcome. I don't remember Punk Elmer's glue for hairstyling. We use Jello.
I'm telling you, I've tried everything.
My hair was short when we did the Jello stuff. That just made it stick up.
It just falls no matter what I do.
Well, yeah, it's too long, I think.
I feel left out of this conversation.
Sorry, dude.
You're good, man.
Got a beard and stash that you can, and eyebrows. You can grow out your eyebrows and
yeah, it's just
Super Saiyan the eyebrows.
I miss it, man. I do miss having hair sometimes.
I got, speaking of like eyebrows hair,
were we?
I went to get my hair cut, not this last time, but a couple times ago, and she went through and like, you know, did the comb on my eyebrows and buzzed that, and I was like, oh no, am I at that age now? Yeah, you got the spindly little, and also my ears. And like cut all the hair.
I was just gonna say, yeah, I gotta watch that now. That is the old man deal now. Like,
yeah, every once in a while I get a long, thick one in there that I'll have to pluck out. But I have like a little like detail razor that, you know, the type that you would use on your cheek for your beard. But I put that in my ear, and I cut all the hairs with the detail razor.
Sweet. Grooming tips from Swamp Thing hoodie wearing Omnibus Collector.
Swampy T Justice.
Swampy T Justice.
I love the keyboard, man.
I do too. This is an excellent. Your hair will sneak up on you. Yeah, it does. All of a sudden you wake up and you're like, what the hell? When did I turn into Grandpa Simpson? I think Roguish Type, I'm going to have it. October 1st is a Sunday, and I don't have anything on that Sunday for on the well, there's a Rams game at 1. Shoot. Damn it. Maybe I could do it at 4:00 because I was going to give away books too to celebrate hitting 8,000 subscribers.
Nice, man.
Yeah, that's how I ended up with pink hair, because I don't remember saying this to my daughter, but she seems to, and my wife said that I said I would dye my hair when I hit 8,000 subscribers when I hit 7,000, because I figured it was going to take a really long time, but it only took, you know, I know other people get that in a weekend, but I got it in like a year. And so now I have to dye my hair pink because that's what the voters voted on.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No. It's completely irrelevant to what you were saying. Keep going.
I actually was done. It's pink.
I personally am looking forward to the glorious pink hair. Is that a weekend thing? How long are you going to be rocking? Or does that wash out? Are we looking at a full dye?
Oh, it's going to be weeks.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's not. Thank you, Sasmurf. Sasmurf voted for green. I think purple was in second place. No, this is like the real thing where it's going to be. Yeah, I'm going to be wearing a hat a lot in October.
It's a shame the Barbie movie, it won't be out at that point. You could have gone to go see it then.
I was thinking about that, and then I thought, that feels like too much to show up at the Barbie movie with pink hair. I feel like the Oppenheimer crowd would beat me up.
Just have pink hair, but like wear a suit and hat like Oppenheimer's. Like no color anywhere except your hair.
Freddie voted for purple. That was a solid choice. I was kind of hoping for purple.
Nice. Fred.
I voted for black.
I don't think I said it on the air, Gerard. I think, although it'd be good if James could find it, but I think that was a private moment for some reason. Oh, a red. I didn't. I didn't know red was a choice. Purple is what I would have preferred because I think I could have just sort of stayed in the shadows and sort of blended in. Did you ever watch the Kim Cattrall's scatting, Lou?
Oh, dude, I saw that when it originally aired. I love What We Do in the Shadows, and the fact that they
did you actually see the YouTube of her scat singing?
No, I didn't get a chance.
Did I send?
No, I haven't got a chance to see that. But I know exactly what you're talking about because I love the fact that Wong is a necromancer and he uses scatting to resurrect the dead. It's, oh my God. I'm so happy you're enjoying that show. You started it, right?
I haven't yet. I just enjoyed that clip, but I think it's moved to the top of the food chain that I'm going to start watching it because the Kim Cattrall thing just made it even more desirable for me because she's so delusional that she thinks that she can scat sing and she's vibing with this upright bass player, and she's clearly crazy. Peace and love to everybody who's actually crazy out there. She's not really crazy. She's one of those Hollywood star delusional type crazies.
Yeah, I love Kim Cattrall. She's hilarious. She becomes a season regular this next season, I think. The one that just aired. I think season 5.
On What We Do in Shadows?
Yeah, she's a regular for this last season. She moves in with them and everything like that. It's one of those shows. I'm a season behind, but it's one of those shows that it just keeps getting better and better. And 5 seasons in, I don't know. You would think the gimmick would get old, and it hasn't gotten old yet. They just keep finding new ways to really mess with it, and it's fun. It's a really fun show. I'm gonna send you a clip later of Persian Frank Zappa, and you will die laughing because it's so
That's already funny.
Play
some Frank Zappa for us, Riley. You could do anything, really. That sounds like Frank Zappa.
The episode called Jackie Daytona is one of the funniest things that I've seen in a long time. I love that episode.
Jackie Daytona.
You have to. It's so good. Mark Hamill's a guest in the episode, and he plays a vampire, and it is great.
I think Barbie's getting an IMAX re-release soon. I never got to see Oppenheimer in 70 millimeter. I hope it's still out there.
Oh, I loved Oppenheimer. It's my favorite movie. I love that movie.
I feel sad that I didn't see it. Now, do I have to see the movie as a roguish type has?
No.
Is it funny?
The movie's funny. No, the movie's great. Yeah, it's really funny, but you don't have to see it.
One episode, I think, where the characters from the movie show up in the show.
That's it. But it's even without knowing the context of it, it's still, you don't need to see it.
It's just that's where those characters are.
Yeah.
When you see Taika Waititi and the people he's with, that it's the characters from the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chris Original Recipe agrees with you. The Jackie Daytona episode is one of the funniest things ever aired on TV.
God, it's so good.
Funnier than the series finale of MASH.
Oh. No, Jackie Daytona is one of the funniest things ever. Oh my
Kristen
God.
Shaw joining the main cast is one of the best things. Now I don't know who she is.
There is a character on the show that he is a vampire, but he's an energy vampire. And his whole bit is he works in a boring office job, and he sucks the energy out of everybody in that office job, and that's how he feeds instead of doing the whole blood thing. So he'll come up with ways of just boring people, like tell them how his weekend went, and he's just sucking them dry of their energy, and you just slowly see them start to fall asleep. And as somebody that works in an office, I can relate to that.
I think he also like ad libs that entire thing.
Does he? Colin Robinson. That's
I'm
his.
pretty sure a lot of Colin Robinson's dialogue is when he's doing the energy vampire stuff is just him ad libbing.
Oh, he's so good, man.
Wow. Okay. I was going to try to do it today, and then I freaking felt bad again in the middle of the day. And I that's why I don't think I can go to Baltimore with Omar, is that because I don't think there's a place up there where I can just take a nap for 3 hours at Baltimore Con. So I think I'm going to have to pass, but I hope they have fun. He pulls in tomorrow.
I like Gabe's way of doing things. He just gets a hotel at the con. It's pricey, but
yeah,
it's convenient.
You may break even because then you don't have to worry about travel between your hotel or whatever and the convention.
Yeah, we're only an hour and 10 minutes away though, so I don't maybe I should pay for a hotel room for Omar and have him just stay up there and not come to my house. Here's speaking of orphaned books, which we will talk about. Here's one of the most famous orphaned books ever. Unwritten, where DC got us all excited, or got me excited anyway, put out the deluxe volume 1 and then canceled it. So fortunately I hadn't gotten rid of my trades yet, which is what I'm sticking with. But that I don't know. That's one of the more bitter pills I've had to swallow, was that Unwritten or orphan book.
Yeah.
I think the Unwritten's great, Colin. I don't know what my co-host's opinion on it is though, but I think the compendium would be a great way to own it.
It is definitely worth reading. I just personally very much don't like the compendium format.
Oh, okay. Well, you're not the compendium collector.
Yeah. Well, it's just not. I just don't like it. I have a few of them. I have that one. I have the Unwritten compendium, and I have the Sandman Mystery Theater, I think, compendium. I also have. I think that came out recently. I was just reorganizing. I should remember all of this stuff on the top of my head.
Yeah, it did. And there's another orphan book that pisses me off, was Sandman Mystery Theater.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up, because now they have the compendium, and it's like DC is going back and fixing some of these orphan things and like finally putting certain series out in new, like, premium format editions by using the compendiums. Like they're doing, not an orphan example, but like Nightwing by Dixon is getting the compendium, but like the compendium format's kind of just ass in my opinion. So I'm like, damn, this thing I wanted forever is getting like the worst format for me.
Is it because of the crinkly spine? What is it? I don't really own that many.
I just thick paperbacks like that, not for me. And they also use really thin paper to get like a lot of material into a relatively, because it's like, I think they're aware if they use thicker paper, then there's more of a chance that the spine is going to crack and like have lines and creases on it. So they wind up using thinner paper. And I almost like, because I sold my Unwritten paperbacks years ago when they first did that hardcover. Yeah. And I still have the hardcover, and then I got the compendium. I almost would rather just buy the paperback individual volumes again instead of having that compendium. But
you still have the hardcover?
Yeah, I have that first hardcover. Not like I'm holding out hope. I just really like that series, so I kept it on my shelf.
Let's see. Pay for Omar's hotel. It's cheaper than him destroying your library.
True.
One of the most tense moments in my life.
What was that? The Omnibros that he? What was the most tense?
Him in your house
when we did the Omnibros.
Oh my God! One of the most tense moments I've ever seen. Oh Jesus!
That's what Taylor. I don't really remember it. I guess I put it out of my mind, but Taylor said it was one of the most classic OmniBros moments because it was so tense between us.
Yeah, neither does Omar. Omar doesn't remember that moment either.
I wasn't on that show, but I'm imagining it to be like when I was younger and I had a ton of Legos. And I had a couple friends that anytime they would come over, they took it as an excuse to like just trash all my Legos. Like they'd have like wars with the ships and stuff and just throw them around. And I'd be sitting there like it's so much to process. My little head, like, like this one kid legitimately, his actions doing that made me stop buying Legos because I was not. It was too much for me to put everything back together. So I just threw it all in a tub and shoved it in a closet. And I still have that same tub with all those same Legos in it to this day.
I caught the replay of that because I'd heard about it. And I'm sitting in my couch just squirming, watching this go down, thinking, he's going to knock something over. And Jess is going to strangle him on live TV, on live YouTube right now.
I don't think we're doing a stream Saturday morning.
Oh God.
For his channel from here. Melanie will be with him, which didn't keep him from misbehaving last time, but that was a stream at night. So I don't think he's going to get all liquored up first thing in the morning, although, all bets off with very fine condition. And then he wants to do a show Sunday morning before they leave. So I don't think he's going to be drinking before he drives. So I think that it'll be okay. But that was the issue last time, is that he had like half a sip of bourbon and cranberry and then just flew to the moon.
I wonder if he could hold it. I wonder if he holds his liquor well.
I think you saw that night.
Okay, that's a no. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a no. Okay.
Oh, here's a good one that NFL Dude brings up is Shade the Changing Man. The 3 Orphaned reprints for Shade the Changing Man. Is that the was that the one from the 90s, or wasn't there a Shade the Changing Man New 52?
That's the Peter Milligan is one of the earlier Vertigo titles, and they reprinted those first 3 paperbacks and just never continued that line.
How many trades should it have been? I don't remember Shade running that long.
It was a long run. I think it went for 75-ish issues.
Oh, whoa.
Like it was long. Like it was not. Hold on. 70 issues.
Wow.
And the paperbacks covered like the first 30-ish. I want to say, I don't remember exactly, but like freaking, not even making it to the halfway point.
I don't want a compendium now. I want an omnibus of Shade the Changing Man, because I didn't read that at all.
I think I'm gonna stop buying. Like I have 2 compendiums, I think, and I'm just gonna take my own personal stand and stop buying those entirely, because like the more that I buy them, I don't want to be part of the people giving money to that and letting them know like, oh, we'll just keep making these instead of the Omnis because they sell and they're less expensive to make.
You think you're encouraging their bad behavior?
Yeah, I don't want to encourage that. It's like, my dog is barking at someone, so I give him pets. I don't give him pets when he barks. I tell him to shut up.
That's a great analogy. I think, let's get back to Omar. Sure. I think Omar should pay for his own hotel then. Just convince him it's for his own good. He won't owe you a tribute from the con. Yeah, I definitely think I deserve a gift from the con. But it should originate from Melanie and not Omar. Like, it needs to be her idea because she's got a creative and kind mind, where we know what kind of mind Omar has. Evil.
He has a very fine mind.
Will Omar take over your batter day in the Batcave this Saturday while he's in town? Good question, James. Thank you for asking. We're going to have Batterun Day in the Batcave. The minister and I are going to do it Sunday night, Batter Days in the Batcave, and it's going to be a special crime corner episode. So thank you for asking, James. Yeah, we're going to be reviewing Night Fever and The Good Asian.
Fever, night fever.
That has been going through my head ever since the book got in my house.
You know how to do it.
Yeah. Play it on the keyboard. Let's see.
I don't know how to play anything on the damn keyboard, Jess.
Well, it sounds like you do.
I know it sounds like I do. I just know how to like make shit. I'm like, yeah.
Sing it while you're playing it.
Fever, night fever.
That's close enough. Yeah,
I think so too.
Know how to do it.
Yeah.
Riley, give me a classic 80s tune where a crime lord has just escaped from being caught and is now being chased by the protagonist of the movie.
That is randomly specific.
The first thing that popped in, I don't know if this is the correct answer, but the first thing that popped in my head was The Heat Is On.
No, it's a good try. It's a good try. There's something, dude, there's something about those movies back in the 80s where the Casio keyboard was king for a lot of those movies. I love it.
Dr. Elevator was hoping to collect Winix The Outsiders in the new trade paperbacks, but DC only put out the first one. That is I'm not I know who the Outsiders are, Batman and the Outsiders, but I don't know. I'm not familiar with Winnick's run.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Winnick?
Yeah, and the Outsiders, but not hit together. The Saturday morning streams are on Very Fine Condition, are family friendly. Outside of that, all bets are off. Okay, well, they'll be taken off for the con, so fine. Do the stream, get out. Go to Baltimore.
Take off the bets.
Take off the bets. Oh, Chris Bacalo was the artist on Shade.
Yep.
Here's Gabe. His entry for the show: Kyle Rayner Complete Collections only got 2 volumes.
The Hal Jordan one only got 1 or 2 as well, but we know why.
Is that where the artist went to Sing Sing?
The writer.
Oh, the writer. Okay.
Yeah. So, but like they're publishing stuff that he wrote, but not like headlining him, because he wrote some issues of the second Justice League International omnibus, and now the third one is coming out that has more material that he wrote. But I don't think that they'll do a 4th one, which is where he like takes over the book himself, I believe.
He's in the big house now, right? Is that who this person is?
Yeah, he's currently locked up.
Yeah. I thought they had created a fund for all of his royalties or however they refer to him.
I don't recall that happening.
Oh, okay.
I recall people saying that they should do that.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what.
He was sentenced to 6 years as of 2018, so I guess he's actually out next year.
Ew. Just if you and Omar have a show Sunday, can you use thumbnail 32 with Omar? James sent me like 45 thumbnails, and some of them are most of them are extremely funny. Omar eating the pie I made. You didn't make the pie, you made the thumbnail, right? I'll write that down in my Freddie Alonso notebook that he gave me, Harley Quinn. Thumbnail 32. Thumbnail 32. Okay.
Was that to the tune of Love Potion number 9?
Good, very good.
I was like, what? Thumbnail 32.
I'm impressed that you even know that song.
Same.
Freddie doesn't mind the milestone compendiums at least, but Batman Beyond not being in Omni, snorting fire. He's so angry about that.
Yeah. I just anything that has been made a compendium is something that probably should have been an omnibus. Like the Fables did 4 compendiums. Those should have been omnis. Should have been like a 3-volume omnibus set instead.
Not disagreeing. Yeah. I think I have 1 through 8 of Sandman Mystery Theater in trade paperback, and then I'm just going to get whatever the compendium is that finishes off the series. So it's going to look really wonky. Trades compendium, but I've also given up matching anything at this point.
I thought you were going to say I've just given up. And I was like,
yeah, James, you can clip that. I've given up.
I have given up. This might be relatable. I don't know how relatable, but I was organizing the other day and putting like 6 months worth of books into my shelves. And so I finished the DC section, and I was like, I was done for the day. Done DC section and Vertigo. And then I came back the next day to continue working on this, and I did my Marvel section, and my X-Men was the main thing. And as I was moving the books around to put on the Marvel shelves, there was one DC book in my Marvel stacks that went at the very bottom of my DC stuff. So I had to go in and figure out like how to insert that book in there and move everything around that I had.
Oh man. That yeah, collector problems. That's an issue though. That is a serious issue.
It was Books of Magic Omnibus Volume 3. And so my Vertigo stuff is at the bottom underneath my DC stuff.
This honking thing?
Yeah. And so I have two wide Billy shelves and one thin one with the extenders on the top.
Yeah.
And those bitches are full. Like there's room for like maybe one thin omnibus at the very top now. And I have one thick omnibus that came in today, so that's not happening. And so I had to go all the way to the bottom and move everything up from there. And it was a penis in my anus.
I get it. Yeah.
So annoyed. I was so freaking annoyed when that happened. I had just I like, because I found it when I was sorting through the Marvel stuff to figure, what order everything needed to go in the Marvel shelves, where I have plenty of room, by the way, but the Marvel shelves are like 3 wide Billies and 3 skinny ones. So I have a lot more in Marvel because of my X-Men stuff. And the DC stuff I have, I have no room. So I have plenty of room in the Marvel shelves. And I finished all of that, and I turn around and I'm like, you son of a bitch.
Can you give us a musical rendition of what it sounded like in your head? That I believe.
It just like.
Do you so you don't have room to expand?
I do. I have to go buy some shelves to expand the library a little bit. I don't know. I don't feel I have to, because right now, like, so my Marvel, my DC are done, and then I have my Image, Boom, IDW, and like other publishers like Fantagraphics and other smaller ones. That's all done, but I had to take all of my Dark Horse stuff off the shelves to finish what I did. So I have 3 stacks, like massive stacks of Dark Horse books sitting on the ground next to my shelves. So I have to buy something, like I have to buy a new shelf to put those on. It
Yeah.
has to be. It can't be a cheap like Target shelf because those are them heavy library editions. That's gonna like
Oh.
destroy my my shit if
Yeah.
I don't get good shelves. So at some point in the nearish future, we'll get some more shelves. But I have to finish organizing the manga as well, and find out how
Oh.
much I need on that side. And that's gonna be a several day project. So I need to like get some stuff done around the house and then like decide that I've carved out the time to do it.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, Super Laugh Hard. I'm done with compendiums because I accidentally sliced the cover of Black Science when unboxing it. Sigh. Oh, that's awful. Oh, I like this idea. Very Fine can get you a Swamp Thing hoodie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell them to find one that's even better than mine.
I just want yours. Actually, just send me yours. That's the one I want.
But I want it.
With all the dog hair on it.
But I want the pickle. There's no dog hair on this one.
From your TikTok video. Was that TikTok or
yeah, I posted on Instagram. Instagram is where somebody commented like that, where they said like, "Oh no, there's more Yu Yu Hakusho stuff or more dog hair on your." I'm like, bro, shut up.
Oh, is this the thumbnail idea? Beating Omar with a pillowcase of doorknobs in the Bat Cave. If you look in the thumbnail, I need to update it. I already made one for Good Asian and Night Fever if you want to use it. Okay, thank you, James. That's awesome.
Have the Bee Gees on it.
That would be awesome.
It'd be like get an edit of like Barry Gibb holding the book, and it just says Night Fever. Or it could be Barry Gibb with your face or the dog mask face.
Yeah.
The book saying Night Fever.
He sent me a perfect one with my face superimposed on Ken's in the back seat for Barbie, where it looked like I had the whitish blondish hair.
Yeah.
It was perfect. So yeah, James is really good on those. Jess wants you to be demonetized and lose out on the 50 cents. We're not really, well, I guess we have sung Night Fever a little bit, but I don't think we're going to get demonetized for that.
If I was tuned enough, I shouldn't get in trouble for it.
The Gorillaz Client Eastwood was made using the Casio preset.
Is it close enough?
Superman Blue got one volume. That's right. I have that one volume. The Judge Dredd Case Files has only had one hardback oversized edition out of 42. Okay, Clint Eastwood. I wasn't sure because I don't know the Gorillaz. I was accepting Client Eastwood. I think that's a good name for a song. Client Eastwood.
Another Orphan set that is, oh god, there's so many manga you could consider Orphaned, but I'm not going to go with discontinued series. I'm just going to go with like certain types of things. Like there is a full color version of Dragon Ball Z that was being published, and they made it less than I think less than a third through the series, and then just stopped. And I don't even know that they like made it through it in one of like it's they did one full arc, and then the second arc I think that they still had some stuff left. I don't remember. I didn't collect all of them. But that one, there are a few people, like the dozen people that actually wanted those books are not happy about them.
Well, let's give them this. N-Man. They also had that thick Kyle Rayner trade paperback called Circle of Fire. Oh yeah, I have that. That came out a few years ago. Omar said a follow-up was solicited, but I don't recall ever seeing it. Yeah, I don't remember ever seeing it either. I know one that still bothers the minister and myself is the Dr. Aphra Orphaned oversized hardcover.
And then they just went and gave it an omnibus. So they're like, yeah, sorry, fuck y'all.
Yeah. He and I both prefer OHCs, so we were happy with that. But I'm also okay with Omnis. But I had already bought the OHC, and then I'm like, what? Now what? So, and nobody wants to buy that. It's not like you can sell one volume of Unwritten. Well, Riley wants to hold on to it, or one volume of Dr. Aphra. Yeah, it's not like they're collector's items. I want to get the Tom Strong. Oh, Tom Strong's another one. 2 oversized hardcovers, and then the rest either standard hardcovers or trades.
How dare they?
Yeah, that blows.
I think like at this point from Marvel, the most notorious one remaining is going to be that New Avengers by Bendis.
Because just so the many, one Omni.
Yeah, like so many other series that were orphaned, they've continued those lines. Like they continued Wolverine, they continued Ultimate Spider-Man, but New Avengers by Bendis is still just that first volume. The thing that came after that you could consider being a continuation would be the Secret Invasion omnibus, but even that is like there's still a chunk of material, a chunk of chapters missing between those two books. So you can't really it's just annoying. It's really freaking annoying. And like if they ever do a volume 2, I feel like they're not going to do it in the way that would like be beneficial towards people who have Secret Invasion, and they're just going to do like volume 2 will continue after volume 1, obviously, but also collect a bunch of stuff that's in Secret Invasion as well. It's just going to be a mess. It's going to be like the upcoming X Factor, the original year's omnibus that's happening, because that has like a handful of issues, or like 10 issues or so, that has not been oversized anywhere. And then the rest of the omnibus is all stuff that's oversized in other collected editions. So it's a very, very annoying thing, very annoying release.
And the New Avengers oversized hardcovers have been hard to find ever since you started the group in 2015.
Yeah,
those were hard to find 8 years ago, and they're not getting any easier to find.
I think especially like the 4th one was really hard to get at that time.
Yeah. 7, I think, was still easy. I assume they're all impossible now. I'm just looking at mine that I have. Oh, sorry. Terry is looking forward to Avengers Omnibus number 5. Now I know I haven't need to buy a bigger house to buy more omnibus. I want a Man-Thing hoodie, even if that sounds wrong. It sounds right. Man-Thing hoodie I'd take that too, but I love that logo. The Swamp Thing logo just looks boss on that shirt.
I'd take, you know what? I would take giant size.
Sit up straight so we can see that.
Giant size Man-Thing shorts.
Look at that. They're so boss. That looks great.
Yeah, give me some like giant size Man-Thing shorts.
Epic's Akira should qualify as having been orphaned.
Yeah, they did 5 hardcovers out of the 6 in the full color release back when Marvel was publishing Akira in their Epic line. So
Akira, look at that. It's not Akira, it's Akira.
Akira. I mean, you watch it, that's how they pronounce it. Actually, I think there is one where you go, Akira, but whatever.
That was the box set that I had the cobwebs on my floor for so long. Oh yeah, this was bad too. Worst was Spider-Gwen that was just missing 1 OHC. You had 2, volumes 1 and 2, and then 3 trades or something. That was annoying. You're right, Freddie. That was really annoying.
I've got a couple more. One of them would literally be Orphan. The other one is not really. The one that is literally Orphan is the Miss Marvel Omnibus. We've had that volume 1 forever. And the rest of the run is in oversized hardcover. I think the entirety of the original run is.
Yeah.
But never got that second omnibus. The other one that's not technically orphaned, it's a weird case, is what's it called? Amazing Spider-Man Worldwide.
Oh yeah, I was wondering about that.
It had what, 2 or 3 oversized hardcovers, and then they skip material. It's like enough to put in one oversized hardcover, and then they released that Red Goblin hardcover that covers the very end of Slot's run.
Where does Clone Conspiracy go? Is that after Red Goblin or between?
That's before Red Goblin.
So does it go worldwide Clone Conspiracy, then Red Goblin?
I don't remember. Someone's gonna have to say,
because there's 3 worldwides, but I remember you said something at the time.
I think Clone Conspiracy double dips with one of those.
Oh, okay.
That might be it's been so long since I don't remember what the issue count or the issues were in each one. I just know that I have like 2 paperbacks in my collection. I have like all the hardcovers and then 2 paperbacks and then Red Goblin, because they never released that additional paperback. It's really freaking annoying.
I bet I have the paperbacks over in the paperback section, and so they're completely out of order because everything used to be chronological, but now I have it in format.
That's such like a weird thing too, to just be missing in the middle of a run.
Yeah,
not really like, you know.
And I think those Ms. Marvel OHCs 3, 4, and 5, I think that and the Omni are all out of print, I think.
So they need to reprint the omnibus and print a volume 2.
Yeah.
It's simple.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that with Spider-Man that they'll just, I mean, I'm hoping, but it'll still be annoying that whatever. I'm hoping that with the release of the Superior Spider-Man Omnibus, they'll do more of Slot's run in omnibus format. And like the earlier part of his run, the big time stuff isn't in oversized. So that'll be nice. And then the later stuff, they'll just, eventually put out an omnibus that has that little chunk of material in there. So then I won't have to worry about it.
We should do a show where you organize my Spider-Man, Slot Spider-Man, on the air.
Just your Slot Spider-Man?
Well, okay, all my Spider-Man. Because I'm going to get Peter M. to do my X-Men. That would be like a 6-hour stream.
I guess I have to, because my Spider-Man, the way that I have it organized is I integrate both, like all formats together, so I can have it chronological. So it's a lot easier to tell like where each paperback goes. And second, I have all of the like supplemental characters next to Spider-Man. So it's like it starts off with Spider-Man from the beginning, chronological all the way through. And then I have like Black Cat next, because supplemental in alphabetical order, she's the first. And then like Spider-Gwen, Spider-Man 2099,
Venom's at the end.
Yeah, I guess Carnage is somewhere over in there. But you get what I'm saying. Like I put all those near each other, so it's like the Spider-Man realm of books together. And I have like, I do the same with a lot of them. Like my Thor stuff, the 2 Loki Omnis are next to my Thor stuff instead of being elsewhere on the shelf.
Oh.
My Thing Omnibus is next to my Fantastic Four Omnis, as well as my Doctor Doom Omni.
Oh, I've been meaning to get that Thing Omnibus. I hope it didn't go out of stock already.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing. Punisher War Journal was only 1 trade.
True. There was also just a single trade for, speaking of Spider-Man, the Jerry Conway Spectacular Spider-Man run. They did Spider-Man Tombstone, and then that was it. I don't remember if it had a volume 1 on it, but they only did the 1.
Roguish type. Are you guys talking about stuff that was published in singles but never finished in collected editions, or series that were never finished? Period.
The former.
Yeah, the first thing. Like, we've been giving examples of it. That was at 8:49. Oh, I'm only 10 minutes behind. So, yeah. Hanky Pym says the 2 deluxe Injustice then came out with 2 Omnis. I don't remember that because I just got these 2 honkin' Omnis that I still have to read.
Honka Burn and Omni.
Yeah, man.
I didn't remember that either because I didn't follow the deluxe edition line. But technically, you could call the Omnis Orphaned as well because we haven't had Injustice 2.
Right.
Blue.
And I think I had I guess I had those in standard hardcovers. Is that what they came? I think they came out in standard hardcovers or Injustice 2.
Yeah, I mean, they had the regular books for that one, but they just didn't put it in an oversized omnibus edition, which is I'm just waiting at this point, even if it never happens.
This is a good question, and I haven't got a definitive answer yet, Terry. The Batman Adventures Omnibus. Are you a fan of that comic, Bri?
I've never read it, but I bought it.
No judgment from me on that. That's my whole collection.
So I have heard nothing but positive about that Batman Adventures material. That if you are a fan of the animated series, you will enjoy the material in that omnibus. But keep in mind that it is also just the first of what could potentially be many volumes, because there is a lot of material that was based off of that series. So if you are one to pay attention to that kind of thing, I always like to point that out. Like, I like to let people know, like, this is a single volume, no extra commitment. This is the first potentially of more, or DC could orphan us or orphan that for us.
So this is a potential Conan situation where you could get 10 volumes?
Not that many. It'd be like maybe 5 at the most.
That's still that's a serious commitment.
Yeah, it is a serious, especially because those books are like $150 each.
Yeah.
I think. So like, and if they go if they go up in price later on, then you could potentially be getting these $175, $200 books. But it is a lot of material. It is a lot of material that makes up all of that stuff. But I got it because it's stuff that I've been wanting to get in paperback for the longest time, and I never did. And then when they announced the omnibus, I was like, oh, cool.
Nice. I've been waiting for a new Avengers and surprised it hasn't happened.
Honestly,
there's something weird is going on there. I don't know what it is.
All
the new Avengers reprint. Oh, okay.
I mean, that should happen as well. But both a reprint and a volume 2, it is surprising that neither has happened, because of all the other things that in the past several years we've seen printed and reprinted from Marvel, and they haven't done that one. Especially when, like, that new Avengers run is one of the blueprints for a lot of the MCU. It's just weird. It's weird that it hasn't happened.
Next Imagine, I'm going to get to you in a second, but yes, that order: Worldwide, Clone Conspiracy, Missing Issues, and Red Goblin. But wait, somebody said that it was out of order. Clone Conspiracy is out of order. The story flips between ASM and Clone Conspiracy Mini, and it's collected with ASM in a chunk and Clone Conspiracy in a chunk. Oh, the book is out of order.
Yeah. That is the only example where this bothers me, because of the fact that it's literally between ASM and Clone Conspiracy. It's like part 1 ASM, part 2 Clone Conspiracy, part 3 ASM, so on and so forth. And they separate the two. And that's the only time when this has ever bothered me, because, like, with Spider-Verse oversized hardcover, they separated all the different series instead of having it in chronological order. But
Right.
each of those different series had a separate little storyline happening, and they crossed over a little bit. Like you'd see little characters pop in here and there, but you could read them all separately. This one literally is two halves of one story, so it's very annoying. But I'm pretty sure that the oversized hardcover only, if I'm not mistaken, only had the issues of ASM and not the Clone Conspiracy. So it's either get half of the story or get a story that you have to flip back and forth with.
That is annoying.
So hopefully if they do ever put it in Omnibus, it will be corrected. And there is actually, that's the thing. It's like there is an actual correct way to map it, where usually a lot of these maps, it's just up to the individual. Like a lot of people with event omnis, some people like it mapped where everything's integrated together into chronological order, so to say. But for me, I prefer to have each story separated.
Okay.
You know, there's no real correct answer there, but this one has a correct answer.
And there it is.
And they flubbed it.
Okay, next Imaginaut has 3 here. Off the top of my head, two orphaned issue sets that still drive me nuts to this day are the Azrael issues. For example, the Azrael Fallen Angel trade paperback, excluded from the Nightfall Omni Volume 1, that are crucial to fully comprehending that entire storyline. And 2, the 2 Carnage one-shots, Mind Bomb and It's a Wonderful Life, excluded from the Clone Saga Omnis that can only be found in Web of Carnage Epic. They're superfluous to the Clone Saga, but will otherwise never appear oversized outside of a Spidey versus Carnage Omni, otherwise comprised of double dipping. And next Imaginaut, I gave you credit in my Phantom Stranger overview. I read your entire thing and gave you credit for explaining who Phantom Stranger would appeal to and what he was.
If they did the Carnage, because I've thought about that with Carnage before, and honestly, like, it doesn't bother me because I wouldn't consider that to be double dipping, because a lot of the material, it would to me, what makes sense in my head is it would be a Carnage Classic Omnibus, and a lot of that material that would be in said Carnage Classic Omnibus is material that has not been oversized before. So format wise, it's not double dipping, but I do have that material in my collection. But any paperback that I have in my collection personally, and I know a lot of people will be like, well, that's dumb, but any paperback for me is just a placeholder for a potential hardcover.
Right. I think I've heard you say that before.
And I've started to just like get rid of them and just be like, there's no point like in having expensive placeholders in my collection. But in some instances, like Spider-Man, I keep the paperbacks. Celebrate every time a new oversized hardcover happens and I get to get rid of something else.
Right. I get that. And Man says, a lot of people want Iron Man by Michelini Leighton Omnibus Volume 2. Volume 1 needs to be reprinted for people who don't have that first. That's a good point.
I forgot about that Iron Man because of the fact that it's one of those where like their first run and second run were disconnected. Like they have a bunch of material in between. So I completely forgot about that.
Does this count if Doctor Strange... Okay, wait. Doctor Strange by Aaron and Kate's... Wait a minute. Yeah. Doctor Strange by Aaron and Kate's got oversized hardcovers, but Wade has stayed in paperback. Does that count?
I wouldn't say that it explicitly counts as being orphaned.
It's just annoying to me.
Yeah, it's not like it, because also after Wade, I think, is McKay. So it's not like McKay has gotten an oversized hardcover or a omnibus, and then you could be like, not technically or not literally orphaned, not literal orphan, but the run in between these two chunks is not in that format. Which I get. Like there's other examples that you could put in like that, like Moon Knight has like everything is omnibized at this point, except we don't have that volume 2 of Mark Spector yet. Everything's omnibized or oversized hardcoverized except for the Ellis Wood Bun material and McKay, but McKay will probably get an omnibus once he's half a year removed from his run. Welcome back.
Do you want us to start over, Lou?
Yeah, let's run the whole thing from the beginning. Riley, go to the keyboard again.
All right.
He set it on fire at one point.
Yeah, I started playing my.
What are we on? What have you guys talked about so far?
We've just been bouncing around the topic. Like there's not a ton of rhyme or reason to it. We're just jumping into whatever we think of.
Okay.
And taking as well examples from the audience and expanding upon what they're saying.
Okay, cool.
Ms. Marvel, Spider-Man, Dr. Aphra, Carnage, New Avengers.
I've got one that I've bitched about in the past. It's a DC one. Can you guess which one it is, Jess?
DC. Well, we already said unwritten.
Yeah.
DC. Oh, you're mad that they haven't finished the Harley Quinn by Carl Kessel run yet?
No, but that's a good guess.
DC.
It was solicited, but it never came out. So I think this counts.
And you've bitched about it before. I'm gonna smack myself on the head. What is it?
Shazam, Captain Marvel, the Golden Age stuff.
Oh, that stuff.
Yeah, it was solicited. I've bitched about this before.
Yeah.
I think we were like a month away from getting it, or 2 months away, something like that. And, yeah. DC chickened out.
Yeah, that stuff is... Do you think it's as problematic as Song of the South?
I don't think it's that problematic. I mean... I don't think it's that problematic. I always think that people that get angry about this stuff need to understand the time and place that it was written. Doesn't make it right, but you have to have context and understand it.
Right. And I think that's what they do with a lot of those movies like Peter Pan and Lady and the Tramp. I think that's and Dumbo.
Yeah.
I think they let those things stay out there, but then they say exactly what you said. They put it in context.
Yeah.
William Lee, if you think I'm letting Omar touch my X-Men books, you don't know me very well. Oh, you put an LOL there. Okay, so you do know me well. You know that I don't want him touching anything.
Omar would probably like organize your stuff and tell you it's incorrect in the correct order, but it would actually be in the most jumbled, nonsensical thing ever.
And he'd probably take a book just to make sure I was missing something. Because I actually feel like I'm missing, ever since Jake from Brave and the Boys was here, I can't find my Excalibur 1 Omni. Why would I have Excalibur 2 and not Excalibur 1? Something's wrong here. Jake, did you take that Excalibur 1? Did you hide it somewhere? Because that's bothering me. Not that I was going to read it in the next 10 years, but I still want it.
Another that's coming. Technically, I don't know. This is a weird one. Thunderbolts Volume 4 Omnibus is not a thing. We have volumes 1 through 3, and then skipped past the material in Volume 4, and we're getting the material after that, the Luke Cage run, and then directly after that, the Red Thunderbolts run. But the material right there that would include, like Ellis, Diggle, Christos Gage, that material hasn't been solicited yet. Not saying it's never going to happen, but as of this moment, that's a technical like mid-run orphan.
That's a weird gap there.
Yeah.
Um,
We know like Marvel's not averse to publishing stuff with Ellis included because I thought about it because of Excalibur, because Excalibur Volume 3 Omnibus, I think, that's coming out has Warren Ellis's run, which is actually a longer run than his material over on Thunderbolts. So they're not opposed to publishing his material, but they're obviously like dodging this one for a specific amount of time, at least, for a specific reason.
is that what you think is behind the Moon Knight not getting published in any kind of hardcover collection? Because you've got
again, it's clear that they're not averse to publishing his name on prestige format, premium format books, but it seems like they're just holding off. And with that one, it's like it's only 6 issues with him of Moon Knight, and like they don't even have to put his name on the cover because it could be Moon Knight omnibus with all of those shorter runs, like Lemire as well. They could throw on there, and they could probably go further even like after Lemire, and just make that like Moon Knight. What was it, like Rise from the Dead or whatever it was called? They just call it that omnibus instead of having, Moon Knight by Ellis Wood Bunn Lemire omnibus, because that's kind of a mouthful as far as creators go.
Modern day Moon Knight.
Moon Knight, the good shit omnibus.
How's the Bendis stuff though? I've heard the Bendis Moon Knight isn't bad, right?
Bendis is it's not Moon Knight.
Okay.
Is the problem. Like, it's a fun comic, but it's very much not Moon Knight. It's like Bendis just kind of heard what Moon Knight kind of is about and then decided to write the character.
Yeah.
Because he that's the run where instead of having like Steve and Jake as his personalities, he has Spider-Man, Captain America, and Wolverine as his additional personalities.
Yeah, it seems kind of like Moon Knight has had a pretty good resurgence lately in the last few years. Ever since Ellis kicked off that series of his, it's been I've heard nothing but good things. Writer after writer seems to be really doing a pretty darn good job with the character.
They've kind of daredeviled him, where bomb after bomb after bomb after bomb writer, like
and it seems like he's a central part. Everything I haven't read the Jason Aaron Avengers stuff just because I've heard mixed things, but it seems like he's a real huge central part of that story. I think they've got an event coming out that's
had an entire arc of that, the Age of Khonshu.
In Volume 4.
Yeah. So he played a big part in there. Like he's done a lot of things in a lot of places. And I haven't read McKay's run yet, but I've heard that it's fantastic. And
I've read it.
That one's ending soonish.
It's so good.
Okay. That's the current one, right?
It's so good.
So now it's gonna be a big deal to see who replaces Jed McKay.
Steve Orlando.
I have Scarlet Witch upstairs ready to go and read. I am extremely excited.
Why?
It's supposed to be awesome. Everybody says it.
They say the same thing about crack. No. No. Well, crack's supposed to be awesome. It's fun. And then next thing you know, you're laying in a ditch begging for crack.
I want to see that blurb on the back of an Orlando book. That would be the best. Come on, Marvel, step up.
And you wonder why we don't get
blurbs.
Yeah, you wonder why we don't get blurbs.
Hey now, Cycle's in here. What up, Cycle? And NFL Do said both covers are on IST for The Thing.
They're still on there and they're not at an additional discount. I would hold out to see if one of them gets
clearanced.
Yeah,
we have clearance.
Because that tends to be like, it's if it sits around for a while, Cameron wants to get rid of the books from the warehouse, and that's when he clearances stuff out.
I saw that Excalibur Volume 2 was at 80% off, and I ran down here praying that I didn't already own it so I could get it for 80% off. And unfortunately, I already owned it. But I still can't find volume 1. Let's see. Okay. All the problems. Come on, don't spoil the show for us. William Lee doesn't want Omar touching anything and definitely doesn't trust him to not troll him. Yeah, that's exactly right. He'd put X-Men all out of order. It's probably in better order right now. Speaking of Ms. Marvel, that Ahmed run really killed the hype for her. The paperbacks and digest size of the original runs still sell super well. Marvel didn't capitalize with a new run, just minis since the show.
Even the newest one is still just a mini. The Miss Marvel, the New Mutant.
I do have to watch Doctor Who. Yeah, it depends on how I'm feeling, Cycled. Hayden super chatted me into watching an episode of Doctor Who, and apparently we're doing it on my Discord that I forget how to get into. I think I have the app though.
Well, just one. You're not going to watch every episode of Doctor Who since the very beginning.
He super chatted me just for an episode called Blink, which is
from the 60s. Are you insisting that just watch?
No, just one episode called Blink.
Okay.
And Freddie said it's a great episode that you can watch. And the other thing, Freddie, I had Freddie on my show, and somehow we got captured into a Doctor Who black hole and talked about it for half an hour, which was a little bit like living hell on Earth. But I do like Alex Kingston, and what's the other woman's name? There's another woman that I like that was in Doctor Who, not Karen Gillan, but somebody else.
Jenna Coleman?
No. Freddie, who's the woman that I like? Well, Cycle will know it too.
Is it the woman who was also in The Office?
Which version? British or American?
The American one.
Okay.
She was the boss for a little bit towards the end of the series.
You know, I tried watching the Ricky Gervais version of The Office. Didn't do it for me.
I don't think I got into that one. I did watch the entirety of the American one, though. I
couldn't stand that show.
The Office?
I didn't like it.
Steve Carell Office?
Yeah, I don't like Steve Carell's Office. I just don't like The Office.
Okay.
I'm a Parks and Rec guy.
Oh yeah, Parks and Rec is great, and same with 30 Rock, which I believe I told you I bought the DVDs of because my daughter showed me some episodes that are definitely not appropriate. And I said, I better get those because those aren't going to be streaming.
That's happening a lot more and more than you would think, where a lot of people are starting to snag up these collected editions of TV shows because it's like, with the way things are going, you know.
Yeah, I got super baited into Community, and I haven't seen a single episode of that. But
I have been preaching I better not put my hand up like that. I have been preaching about the physical media rather than continuing with streaming service and stuff. Like that's like half of my videos that I put on TikTok now are not even to do with comics or manga. It's like random physical media. And there's always people who come in and they try to yuck your yum. Like I was showing off that I bought like the South Park box sets, and dude was like, you can watch those on HBO. And I said, and what does that have anything to do with me buying it?
It's just it's a different generation, man. These kids, kids want to stream everything now.
It's not even just kids. It's like sometimes it's just grown ass adults who are like, have never had a collecting type of hobby before, so they don't get it. Like they don't understand that sometimes people just want to own something to own it. Like I know that I can
about my wife.
I know that I can go online and like stream any show I want, like legally or illegally. But I want to own stuff sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's not even good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have that live action Dragon Ball movie. That movie's terrible.
Oh my god, I don't even have that.
I own it. I got it. I found it for $5 and I was like, hell yeah. That's a little piece of fun. That's something fun that you can bust out. And I can be like, and I did that one time when I had my friends over and they were like, let's watch a movie. And I'm like, you want to watch Dragon Ball? And they're like, what the fuck? Why do you have that? It's fun.
Yeah. I get weird looks all the time when people say, "Oh, you actually still buy movies?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't like streaming stuff. I don't like streaming movies at all."
The
If you
physical is going to be a better quality, number one. Number two, you don't have to worry about if the streaming service is not going to have it anymore.
That's true. Yeah.
Like that's one of the biggest things, and especially with like so many animated series are getting removed from like Max and stuff like that, and you don't like you don't know where to get some of them. The stuff that's more popular is probably going to be fine, but the stuff that's like lesser known series, if they're not on a streaming service, then you're kind of SOL. I gotta go back to like the days of just recording everything on VHS tapes and stuff.
You own the DVD box set of the Michael Jackson episode, right, Jess? For Simpsons?
Yeah.
You have that.
I wouldn't let Patty throw that away or put that in the estate sale. I said,
Nice.
I'm keeping that. And I rebought MASH because I realized after I let MASH go that those first 3 pilot episodes that they did, I think they show them out of order on Hulu because Gabe was watching them and said that like episode 11 featured and this is his name, so don't get mad at me, Spear Chucker Jones.
Yeah.
Those first 3 pilot episodes, those could be problematic. They were a different tone than the rest of the series, so I could see those taken off streaming, and that's why I wanted to own them. And yeah, that Michael Jackson Simpsons DVD, I made sure I kept that. And Kelly and I last couple weekends ago watched Tropic Thunder in 4K.
I bought that because that's becoming harder and harder to get. I ended up picking up a copy a few weeks ago.
I bought that because I wanted to and she had never seen it before, and we were laughing so hard. And first of all, I forgot how gorgeous 4K Blu-rays really look on a TV.
Yeah.
And Tropic Thunder, I don't know, maybe it's not going to stream anywhere. It's very offensive and very funny.
I love Tropic Thunder. Oh my god! I watched it for the first time since it came out a few weeks ago because I ended up looking online, going, I wonder, because it's a pretty offensive movie, and it was the 15th anniversary or something like that. And I was thinking, I wonder how difficult it would be to get my hands on it. And I started looking online, and places are selling out of copies of it on 4K. I was like, I'm going to go ahead and jump and bite the bullet on this one and grab this right now. I watched it and died laughing. Oh my God. It's still just as funny as ever.
Oh my gosh. It's so great.
Is running across the bridge at the very end, and the little boy is stabbing and then he throws him, and you see the little boy flip in the air. I lost my shit, dude. Oh my God.
And then Matthew McConaughey shows up with the TiVo in the middle of the jungle, Vietnamese jungle, wherever they were. I got your TiVo.
Matthew McConaughey he's got a scene in the movie which even back then I'm like, how did this get pushed through, where he's talking about so how's the adoption going? And he goes, yeah, well, you can pick your kid. I was like, oh my God.
And then they show the kid on his G5 jet as they're coming back from the jungle. Robert Downey Jr. in that is so great.
Oh,
that ending is just so great.
Yeah, that was a thing a few months ago. People were trying to make it a thing online of like, oh my God, Robert Downey Jr. did, but it's like you guys got to understand the context, and it's oh my God,
Oh yeah.
special Jack.
You never go full R word. Let's see. Yeah, we've been talking about his Swamp Thing hoodie. The quality's awesome. We can tell from here.
I'm not giving any answers because Cycle was late. He should have been here on time. If he wanted to know about the Swamp Thing hoodie, he should have been here on time.
It's
I was
always
here on time.
What's that?
So I was here on time.
That's right.
If I can be here on time, anyone can.
Yeah, buddy. It's always annoyed me that they orphaned some issues from the Bendis Daredevil omnibuses. David Mack stuff is important to that run and me.
Well, it's not important to me, so that's why it's not in there.
Salty Riley.
I said, fuck them kids. Like that, those issues get kicked out.
And thank you for the help, Next Imaginon. All these Redbubble places only have one quality level, and it's not great. I think Riley's hoodie looks super high quality from here. It looks very cushy.
Yeah, this is from Blue Bubble.
Blue Bubble.
It's like the level up. Redbubble is like and then Blue Bubble.
We have not talked about the Rick Veitch Swamp Thing, but that's a good one as far as Orphaned.
Yeah, them paperbacks. They did the first 3, but then there's like about 10 issues that never got collected. Not to mention the fact that like he didn't finish the run himself. He left.
Right.
There was that infamous
the Jesus one.
This issue that didn't come out, but you can pretty much find the entire issue online.
Yeah.
Script and pencils, I think.
Okay. Next Imaginaut has something for you. Let me make sure he's finished it. Oh, he has.
Blue Bubble.
Riley, I stand corrected in that case. I could have sworn that any other classic Carnage content, good alliteration there, would just amount to content also contained in the forthcoming Michelini Bagley Omnis, Clone Saga Omnis, and Spidey versus Venom Omni.
I did forget that the Bagley Omnibus got announced. So that might be correct, but I'm going to, just to be combative, I'm going to say that you are corrected.
Doctor Strange by Wade is getting, not complete collections at least, getting those, the new modern epics. Yeah, but I want hardcovers, man, and I know they're not going to do them anymore.
We should just boycott paperbacks forever. No more paperbacks. That's just we're gonna get all these shirts made that are gonna have the Scarlet Witch on it, but Scarlet Witch is gonna be the Jess's dog mask instead, and it's gonna say no more paperbacks. And then I'm gonna be like with the Infinity Gauntlet, and it's my face over Thanos, but I can still have like the purple ballsack chin, and I'm gonna say like
for trades.
Yeah, snap all the trades away. I'm gonna create a format war. Is what I'm gonna do.
That'd be awesome.
I do not care. If I was in charge, so many people would be pissed, but I'd be happy, and that's all that matters.
Can we create a format war like we created the run on Valiant Comics?
Oh my God,
that was when we were at the peak of our powers.
That was great.
Let's make everyone only get hardcover. Abandon all ye paperbacks. Let's make up rumors about like the glue that they use. the glue only lasts for 2 years, and after that, all your paperbacks are going to fall apart.
It's made from the tears of illegal Chinese children laborers.
Specifically, the paperbacks are able to be cheaper because they're made in sweatshops.
Yeah,
but the hardcovers are like hand stitched by loving bookmakers right here in the US of A.
Uh,
They're not even printed. They're like manually drawn onto the paper.
Related to Shazam, we got standard hardcover Ordway Volume 1 Power of Shazam, the Volume 2 as a softcover. Damn you, DC. That reminds me, Thunderbolts. That Jeff Parker run, is that coming out this year? That's the one that you've loved so much, right, Riley?
I don't know if it's this year or next year, but it's coming out, and that's all that matters. Because to be fair, it could get delayed, even if it's supposed to be this year.
I felt like it was coming out in December or something. But that's the one that I've been really looking forward to.
Yeah, that's the one where it's Luke Cage, and he's like, "This is the best damn run of Thunderbolts that you will ever read."
It's really good.
It says that on.
I've read a little bit of it. It's really good.
You open the first page, and that's the first thing he says. Luke Cage. He wasn't even in the first issue of that run, because the first part of that run is does the omnibus start with that? Do they start with the Siege material, or do they skip that? I don't remember. Either way,
I started that run with Luke Cage,
because Jeff Parker's run starts about 5 issues prior, and that's what. Hold on, let me use the Amazon.
When I started reading it, Luke Cage was front and center.
He comes in on issue like 144, but Parker started writing it about 5 or 6 issues prior. Okay, so it starts with the first issue of Luke Cage. So it's not technically a full Parker omnibus.
Oh, it's missing the first few issues?
Yeah, because Parker's run starts as it's a tie-in to the Siege storyline.
Okay.
And that has nothing to do with anything. It's the previous team that Andy Diggle was using, kind of wrapping up with them before switching gears and going to the Luke Cage Raft deal, where it's basically like they're more like the Suicide Squad than they have ever been before.
Cool. I'm really looking forward to that.
Sewer Slide Squad.
Oh yeah, this bothers me. The X-Men anthology is being canceled, even though we hate trade paperbacks now.
So that's what I know about it, because I'm just ignorant of trade paperbacks. I have paperback blinders on, like I don't see paperbacks anymore.
Speaking only for myself, then I loved those X-Men anthologies. Yeah, Freddie, you're right. And then they stopped the 11 and 12 of Trials of X are the beginning of other issues and are going to stop like right away, and you're going to have to just pick up the other trade paperbacks of Marauders by Steve Orlando or whatever it is.
Or you can just wait for the hardcovers like me and pretend that paperbacks don't exist.
There you go. I like the way you think, man. Or Jess could just buy it, and then you're going to get a hardcover collected edition.
Yeah, I've been surprised that Dawn of X hasn't been omnibused already. I've owned those for a long time.
Most people serve our country in the military or the police force. Jess serves our country by taking that bullet for everybody here. We thank you, sir.
Yankee Doodle.
Yeah, we thank you.
Here's a question that probably only Riley can answer, but maybe Lou can answer. Reading through all that X-Men Inside Claremont stuff, but I forgot about Captain Britain. Do you recommend that stuff, guys?
That's a Riley question, because I know nothing about him.
Captain Britain stuff is largely disconnected from the X-Men, but he's in Excalibur. So what I would say is if you're primarily concerned with the X-Men, read Excalibur. If you like the character from there, then go pick up the solo Captain Britain stuff.
What up, YP? Good to see you. It was half an hour ago. You may already have gone to bed or something. They also skipped Ellis Bunn Moon Knight when they did the CCs of Bendis, Lemire, and Legacy. Oh, Legacy is by Demis. Yeah. Marvel reprint your OHCs that aren't in Omnis. I don't want to pay eBay. Oh yeah, you can forget about that.
Yeah, they're not even doing new OHCs anymore.
No, I think they're gonna
done with the format.
I hope. Oh my God, this will be the biggest orphan screaming I will ever do if they don't come out with Daredevil 5 OHC by Zdarsky. If
It
they
seems that they're going to finish their current ones, but then after that, it's done.
okay, I can live with that.
When are we supposed to get that Thunderbolts movie? This year? No, that's not this year. That's next year, right?
Well,
That's what they're
withholding all the strikes and shit.
Yeah, I mean that's supposed to be next year, right? With because
think
they're
so.
pushing the Thunderbolts hard this year with a bunch of stuff, like you guys said. But I'm kind of wondering when the movie's supposed to happen.
But yes, the Uncaged Omnibus is currently scheduled for December. We'll see if that gets delayed, and then the Thunderbolts Red Omnibus is scheduled for next February, and that run is surprisingly fun. I'm going to say, but I am also, to be fair, a sucker for the Red Hulk.
That was an early recommendation.
And that is also a series that needs to be omnibized. It's not an orphan. It's just not omnibized, and it needs to be.
And controversially, they are trade paperbacks. What are you going to do about that?
That's one of those ones where I haven't been able. I've let go of most of my paperbacks, but I haven't let go of that. But here's the but. I have every Hulk paperback, like every Hulk omnibus, and then every paperback as well for every Hulk and Hulk spinoff. So I have, whether it's in paperback or omnibus, I have everything for Hulk and all of the She-Hulk, Red Hulk, Son of Hulk, Daughter of Hulk, Blue Hulk, Yellow Hulk,
Cousin of Hulk,
Hulk, Ghost of Hulk, Hulk's Bride of Hulk.
I can see the cover blurb for Scarlet Witch Volume 2. Bring the foil and Zippo lighter, but leave the fentanyl at home. Steve Orlando's Scarlet Witch is the new drug. Carrie Mulligan. That's the woman that I like. Oh, so where am I going to see Alex Kingston? I must have got super chatted from Hayden for a right. Oh, Cycle has it downloaded and ready. Okay. No, not Amy Pond. Carrie Mulligan and Alex Kingston. Are you a Doctor Who fan or what, Cycle? Wow.
Seems like it. He's surprising me with that.
Ooh, Rose Tyler. Oh.
Cycle Cleveland. When
Really?
Jess watches Sandman, he will want to see more of her. Oh, is that Carrie Mulligan? Is she in Sandman? Mulligan was Sally Sparrow Cycle. Was Sally Sparrow, Cycle.
Sally Sparrow Cycle. Sally Sparrow Cycle. Sally Sparrow. Okay, I think I can do it.
Where's Billy Piper been? That's my question.
Got the first 8 seasons, also known as the good seasons of Simpsons. Yes, because I know Disney won't put them on Blu-ray.
Are they only on DVD? Those first 8?
That's how I have them. I don't think Blu-ray was invented yet. Back when I got,
I don't think there's any Simpsons on Blu-ray except for the movie.
Oh wow, really?
If I'm not mistaken. And they're also, they stopped doing the DVDs a while ago. Like I know they did the season 20, but I don't know if they did anything after that.
That's crazy to me. I mean, people still watch it, despite the fact, it's not as, I think the hype has died down, but people still watch Simpsons.
I think I'm the only person that watches it.
Yeah, I gave up a long time ago.
You're also the world's #1 Adam Sandler fan.
I am the world's. I haven't watched his newest. Actually, if that one with his daughters is out, then I have not watched the last 2 Adam Sandler movies.
Oh, Riley.
I know.
Come on.
This latest one, what's it called? It's supposed to be like his best one, or it's what did you put something in the chat recently, Lou, about it?
Bat Mitzvah, something like that. It's great. Apparently,
it's like really highly rated Netflix thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
They must have backed up a truckload of dosh for him.
Well, he's been doing some good stuff in the past few years. He had one, I want to say last year, it was a basketball movie where he was a recruiter. That was really good. I was really surprised. I'm like, man, good
You
job
are
on this one.
you are so not invited to my bat mitzvah. That's the movie that came out August 25th, and I still haven't watched it.
I've heard it's good.
He plays the dad. I'm wondering how big of a role he plays in there. Like, how much is he actually in the movie? Because it's about his daughter's character and her mitzvah. But I also have not. Wait, did I see?
Is there a certain amount of requirement of Sandler for you to watch and count it on your list, or is it?
No. I've literally watched movies where he appears in like a split second scene. But yeah, I haven't seen Murder Mystery 2, which I've just not been in any sort of rush because Murder Mystery 1 was definitely not good. But the other one was Hustle.
That was good. That was really good. If that's the basketball one, that was really good.
Yeah.
Let's see. People will generally remove episodes from streaming if the creators are still alive. That's when people try to cleat their legacy instead of keeping historical record of how things were advanced. Oh, and this is when you were being salty, right? Willie T. Dustis dishing out the justice. What up? What up, Alon? Oh yeah, this is something I need to get. The whole thing of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I need to get that. That I'm sure I've heard there's like 20 episodes of that could be yanked. I haven't seen any of them, but everybody always says how great it is.
Well, there's at least 2 blackface episodes.
The Lethal Weapon episode.
Yeah, because I think there's 2 of them. There's at least one, and I know that like Mac and Dennis both play the character. Like they go back and forth, and like Mac insists that it has to be with the blackface makeup, and Dennis doesn't, and like they're just disagreeing with it.
I love It's Always Sunny.
That's why I picked up 30 Rock, because what's that madman guy?
John Hamm?
Yeah, he was in blackface in a couple episodes, or he was in blackface in one, and then there was another blackface episode. So I ordered that when I ordered MASH.
There's also one episode of The Office that has a blackface scene in it, but it's like it is very, 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 very small, and I think it's actually Colin Robinson.
Is it really?
Yeah, he's because they're doing like the traditional, like Dwight is doing like traditional Christmas stuff from like Germany, and there's a character that's part of their thing that is, it is a guy that's in blackface, and they don't really make a joke at all about it. Like he just tells him, like he's coming in, Colin Robinson is coming in with the stuff, and then he gets a call from Dwight and he's like, cancel, we're not doing it, and he leaves. And it's like a split second. Like they don't even make a joke. It's just like and he leaves.
Okay, so I just looked this up. This is from Screen Rant, and as of April 27th, 2023, I don't know if this has changed, but there are 5 episodes of It's Always Sunny that you cannot get on streaming. They were pulled from Netflix and Hulu. I don't know about Amazon Prime, but they were pulled from Netflix and Hulu. Wow. And they all have blackface.
What are the... Oh, because D does it too at some point.
Yeah, they all have blackface, and they pulled all 5 episodes.
How many of them were Lethal Weapon episodes?
I don't know. It's just one. So the episodes that are pulled are season 4, episode 3, America's Next Top Patty Billboard Model Contest. I love that episode. That one's great.
Was that the one where D does it?
I think that's the one where they hold like a modeling competition inside the bar, and Dennis gets upset because he thinks he hasn't peaked. Oh, I love that episode. Season 6, episode 9, D. Reynolds shaping America's youth. Season 8, episode 2, the gang recycles their trash. Season 9, episode 9, the gang makes Lethal Weapon 6. Yeah, I figured. Season 14, episode 3, D-Day. So they've had a few episodes that are pulled.
Okay, that's my next DVD purchase then. I don't want people telling me what I can and cannot watch. Jess, I just finished reading Tom King's Gotham Year One. Ooh, I just ordered that. Trust me when I say you will love it. Yes. Looking forward to that.
What if I told you, trust me when I say you won't?
You don't read anything but manga, so I know that that's not true.
My copy is in the mail as of today. So
Balzac, you'd be canceled. Marvel is pushing Thunderbolts to the moon. When Volume 1 came out, I never thought there would have been 5 total volumes by 2024.
You know what is wild to me is, and this, you could consider this going slightly back to the topic of orphan books.
Oh yeah, our topic.
Well, how much Marvel pushed Deadpool in omnibus format for such a long time, to the point that there was like literally everything at one point except for maybe 1 volume worth of material had been put in omnibus. And now it's been so long since we've gotten one. The last run that we got in oversized hardcover was the Jerry Dugan Despicable Deadpool, I think, is the last one that we got. So it's been a while. It's been like, we had Scotty Young did a run. I think Leah Williams might have done a run. At one point, I don't even remember who.
Kelly Thompson did 2 issues, 2 trades.
Kelly Thompson. I said Leah Williams. I meant Kelly Thompson. I'm sorry.
She's great. Kelly Thompson's great. Love her.
Yeah.
Stuff.
I think I would love to see Leah Williams do a run, because I think she has the comedic knocks. Like she's got the comedic way about her writing that she could definitely handle Deadpool. So if she hasn't yet,
I liked her Gwenpool run. She did a good job on Gwenpool.
I think my favorite from her is still the like Giant Man, Ant-Man stuff from War of Kings. Those issues were funny. Like she just did a great job with that.
War of Kings,
or not War of Realms.
Oh, all right.
King of Realms, whatever.
Now you're starting to sound like me.
King of Wars. Secret Realm of War Kings.
That'll be an event next year.
Some of these OHCs I can't see getting put in Omnis. I splashed out for the Vision OHC because I love that series so much. Wanted to get Lemire Moon Knight, but it was too much secondhand. Lemire OHC disappeared, that Moon Knight. That was even before the pandemic. That thing disappeared fast and skyrocketed in price. Then it came out in complete collection, and that sold out fast. I don't know that Lemire Moon Knight's in print in any form right now, unless, I mein, obviously I could be wrong, but I feel like those 2 things sold out really fast.
I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if by the time that they start pushing out Moon Knight season 2, which, if I'm not mistaken, they announced like would happen. There's just not a confirmation of any sort of date window, I guess. But they'll probably put out the last like chunk of Moon Knight related material, which is that, you know, Ellis, Wood, Bunn, Lemire, Bemis.
That would be a great collection.
I mean, Disney's making a lot of announcements right now.
Oh, I need to read that article you put in the chat from CNN.
Dude, it
Did y'all see the article about the Rotten Tomatoes?
Yeah, I saw that.
There,
No.
A lot of fucking weirdo YouTubers are gonna run with that shit now.
there's a PR firm that was they caught that was actually paying for reviews.
Yeah,
They were paying reviewers to give. It was either they would give pay them to give a positive review of something, or they would pay them to move their negative review from their platform that is Rotten Tomatoes,
Mhm.
whatever, like approved or whatever, to another platform that is not, so that it wouldn't show up for or against the percentage on
Yeah.
it.
That's a big what the fuck, man. That's
And
a
it,
big
it
thing.
is one particular PR firm that has been doing it that they found, and so they know like what movies were actually impacted generally.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything about this.
Yeah, that came out I think today. There was that. There was a great article on the situation at Disney with the whole Bob Iger, Bill Chapek, and how that transfer of power didn't go over smoothly, and now there's so much shit going on at Disney right now. There's a lot of speculation that Bob Iger is there right now just to kind of start liquidating things and start selling things off, just so the ultimate goal would be for Apple to buy Disney, but I struggle to see that.
That's a
Um,
big nut to swallow. Even as
it's it, it I don't know if Apple would want to get into, because people think Disney and they think the parks and the movie. Disney is so much more than that. It's You got to think about Disney Plus. There's the toys, there's the music, the cruise line,
Just
the
keep
restaurants. There's so much shit out there that is Disney that I don't know if Apple would want to get involved in that. That's why when I see these idiot YouTubers online saying, "Oh, Disney is done for," and Disney, the doom of Disney is around the corner. No, you fucking idiots, please. I live in Florida. Okay, if Disney goes under, the entire state goes under. That is how important Disney is to our economy. Disney is not going under. Now, Disney is going through a lot of bad press, and their finances aren't the best this past year. Lord knows they've been in a downturn the past year. But to say that Disney is just being like it's gonna end any day now is just stupid. But man, it is a great read. It really follows through the whole process, and you see that Bob Iger left, but never really left in terms of his pull at Disney. And when things started to go south, Bob Chapek was just not the right lead for that. He just wasn't.
and so where can I find this Rotten Tomatoes article? Where did you guys read it?
Oh, I've seen videos of people talking about it.
I forgot where I pulled it. Yeah, but
It's
it's out there. It's out there.
Yeah,
Okay.
just if you just look up like Rotten Tomatoes, I think it's on Variety.
Variety. Okay.
Tomatoes Variety. You'll find it there. I didn't read the whole thing or anything, but apparently it's a really really good investigative piece.
Oh,
And the thing that made me that I'm curious about is, so the past several days, since the One Piece live action came up on Netflix, I had made a video on on TikTok about how IGN's review, not specifically the review, but their tweet to promote their review of the series made no sense because it stated something that was just objectively false about the show. And then my video, I just state what that is and why it's false, and that anyone that's actually familiar knows that it's false. And a lot of people in the comments, the point of me mentioning this, say that like IGN is not trustworthy because they accept like bribes and they accept payment and stuff for like good reviews, which is jokes. But when enough people have been making the same jokes for a long enough amount of time, you think like someone's gonna look into it and either like I wouldn't. It'd be funny. I'm gonna say. I don't want to say I wouldn't be surprised, but it'd be funny if the same thing came out where they're like, Rotten Tomatoes has, this PR firm has been paying for good Rotten Tomatoes reviews, and these people are paying IGN for good reviews. Which the latter I don't think is true.
I think the Rotten Tomatoes thing that probably did happen, but I would like to think that if the Rotten Tomatoes thing is true, which it seems it is, it's going to make a lot of people starting to get nervous and starting to go, shit, maybe we're next on this list. If there are other firms and other companies and stuff like that are kind of doing deals on the down low and stuff like that, who knows? I mean, who knows?
Yeah. I think if we might see more investigations happening in this kind of stuff, and it'll start to really like push the line of like what counts as like payment, what counts as a bribe. Because for instance, like, talking about IGN, if people are accusing them of like, oh, so and such company paid for a good review for their game, that payment, would it count if they were like, they flew a couple members of the staff to an event and fed them and boozed them up and showed them a good time? Does that count as payment?
Okay, so that does happen. That's the thing.
Yes.
So here's and that's been an open thing. Nobody's hiding that away. Here's the thing with these sites like IGN, GameSpot, and all that other stuff. I don't know if it happens as often as it used to. They do fly out these review pundits and they put them in nice hotels. They give them meals, they give them booze and stuff like that, and they put on a whole presentation. They're like, yeah, man, play our game. You're right here and stuff like that. So not paying them out necessarily in cash,
right?
But we're going to fly you out. We're going to put you in a nice room.
Showing them a good time. You get them in the right mood to incentivize like positiveness. And it's that idea of like, I mean, you get all of that and you're sitting there like, damn, if I say that this is shit, then I'll never get this type of treatment again. And you don't want to give it up,
That being said, I think we can all admit that we are whores. And if you want us to give you guys a good review for a book or a movie, by all means, fly out the Omnibros to wherever you want and put us up in a nice room. You'll have the best review you'd have ever had.
10-10.
Would recommend.
10-10 would recommend. 11-10.
As I'm saying that with a bottle of mezcal in my hand. Yeah, it's great, man. It's fucking
getting a lobster claw and some clarified butter. Man, that Batman Damned is great.
No, I just didn't get it back then. I get it now. I totally
I get it now.
It makes sense now.
That Frank from the episode of It's Always Sunny where he's watching Mac's stage performance and he's just, I get it.
Oh my God, that is great. That was actually a really beautiful moment. I was like, wow, this does not belong on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Especially where like the next episode, I don't even remember what it was, but they just go back to the same old bullshit.
Yeah.
Let's see. Here's Deadpool. It was Scotty Young, Kelly Thompson, and Alyssa Wong is ending now. Kelly and Alyssa were really good. And then there's a lot of blackface discussion.
We opened a can of worms.
Yeah, we did. Rodimus is here.
Yeah, Rodimus.
I was concerned whenever y'all started talking more about this, and I was sitting there like, what are we opening here?
Yeah, I'm just gonna let them talk in the chat with each other about it. Although I did see that Jenna Coleman is Joanna Constantine in Sandman, and she's also in Doctor Who. So I do see that.
I think at the one thing that I would say about the blackface stuff is at the end of the day, like I don't consider myself the person to make a decision about what examples are okay or not okay. Because there are ones that are like not using it a certain way. I'm not the person to make that decision, but I also don't think that anything good has come from, as Jess put it, telling us what we can and can't watch. I can't think of a single situation in history where like pulling something from people being able to see it amounted to anything ultimately positive.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. It doesn't make you a bad person. It really doesn't. It was kind of the same thing with the Harry Potter game a few months ago, where people immediately were like, "Oh my God, you're a horrible person because you want to play this RPG game." I'm like,
Oh yeah, what's a turf again?
trans exclusionary radical feminist.
Trans exclusionary radical feminist. So okay, if you like the Harry Potter game, you were a turf.
According to some idiots in the Facebook group, yes, that was the mindset. Yeah,
Rowling is a turf, and the opinion would be that if you're spending money on this game, you're giving to her, and she specifically has stated like any money, like I'm going to use that to support my voice and my thoughts. Like that's the through line. That's the A to B that people are looking at. But
okay, I just had forgotten what turf was.
it's the logic there. I don't comprehend it, honestly. I'm like, so you want me to? Here's the thing: when you stick a finger in people's face and tell them don't do it, they're more than likely going to do it, because now you're just pissing them off. That is how. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to go there, but that's the general consensus of, you stick a finger in somebody's face and you'd say don't do that because I think it's wrong. They're going to go, well, why?
That's my decision to make.
Yeah,
what
exactly.
I'm going to watch and or play or read.
Exactly.
Yeah. Rodimus is here, and as the leading Hispanic, thank you for being here, Rodimus, as the leading Hispanic authority on comic books on the internet or on YouTube or somewhere. Rodimus always challenges me to speak Espanol, and today it is Omni Hermanos en vivo y a todo calor. Jess, prepárate para la clase de español el próximo lunes que regreso de las vacaciones. How did I do on that one?
Now, translate it.
I think he's on vacation. Omnibros live and in living color, or live and in total color. Jess prepares the class in Spanish. Okay, Spanish. I don't know. He regressed on his vacation. No, he dropped the ball because he's on vacation. Let's see. Lethal Weapon, Deadpool. Oh. I wanted to see Leo Williams finish the I like that series. The Amazing Mary Jane. That was good. I liked it a lot. Spider-Man, Deadpool lasted a long time, 50 issues or so. I'm surprised we only got that one OHC. I think that would sell an Omni format. I agree. I love that Mary Jane from Leo Williams.
I'm more surprised that the Spider-Man Deadpool series lasted for 50 issues than I am that it hasn't got an omnibus. Because Robbie Thompson's run was like honestly pretty mediocre. If I'm like, there are good pieces of it. Don't get me wrong. I read every issue of it. It wasn't bad enough for me to drop, but like it's like the number of titles that didn't make it even close to 50 issues, and that one got 50 issues was just just writing. Obviously, like someone's gonna be like, well, because it was Spider-Man and Deadpool, obviously. But still, like like how many Spider-Man titles get canceled? Tons of them. And Deadpool had like all three of those runs, the Scotty Young, Kelly Thompson, Alyssa Long runs. None of those were super long either. So, you know, those two characters are not invincible to getting canceled quickly. I don't know. I just surprised that it made it to 50 issues.
I like that one oversized hardcover. I think that we got.
Yeah, the Joe Kelly
Yeah.
Guinness run. But after
Oh.
that, it just kind of like goes forever.
Okay, so that was not by Robbie Thompson. That was that's right. That was the Joe Kelly one.
Yeah. Thompson takes over like, I don't know, 20 issues in or something, and he does the rest of the run. It has some good stuff. Like there's, I think, a whole thing with like Spider-Man and Deadpool being like surrogate parents to some sort of robot guy. And then there's the finale, if I'm not mistaken, is this big parody of events. It's like the secret super civil war. Some they make some stupid title for it, but overall, it just to me was kind of, as the kids say, mid.
Mid. Thank you, Nix Imaginaut. I just took a screen grab of that, and I will look for it. Thank you.
I said Variety. Was it on Vulture?
You got it close.
I get the
part.
The
okay, this is when Lou said that we were whores, and we didn't disagree.
Whores.
Not just a trip and a hotel. EA had an IGN employee on their game for Mass Effect 3. Needlessly to say, it got a very good score.
That's true. That is true.
This is not a paid advertisement, but an incredibly well-fed endorsement. That is well said.
I am not above prostituting myself out there for some money or for a good time, okay? If anybody at Marvel or DC are watching this, I'm not.
Oh, here Cleveland Brown has a challenge for you, buddy.
The next Henry Abrams comic, he will have his dad fly Omnibros for a good review. If that happens, you know what? I'll call him the next Alan Moore. How about that?
They're gonna have to scrub this episode so that there's no evidence that tie back that it was a false.
Jack Kirby wishes he could draw as great as Henry Abrams. You can put that on the back of a blurb on his book.
That's how we get the first Omnibros like cover blurb or whatever.
Alex who?
I think the IGN accusations, one of the things that's silly to me is like people act as if it's like one person, but the issues that people always like to point out with IGN go way back. They're like, pulling it, and I say it because Mass Effect 3 was a while ago. Like a good while ago.
Yeah, that was like 10 years, man.
Yeah, so it's not a recent thing that people have been accusing IGN of like doing scores that are well-fed endorsements to quote. And so, but it's not the same people. Is it? That's what I'm getting at. Is like the IGN staff is not the same then as they are now, and all the people on there's multiple people on the staff. Like tons of staff writers, staff reviewers, and stuff. So it basically, the insinuation is like they have, for the past 10 years, through dozens of staff members who have come and gone, every single one of them have the same moral code when it comes to being paid off or bribed for reviews. And that's wild to me that's a lot of things that have to be true in order for the accusations to be true. Not that I'm trying to defend them. I'm just trying to put some logic into the system here.
Yeah. Here's Hondo. What up, Hondo? Good to see you.
So I'm kind of bouncing back a little bit, but this is just Disney. This was an Oxford study that was done because I got curious how much revenue they brought into Florida in 2018. Take a guess, Jess.
How much revenue Disney brought into Florida just by themselves?
A study by Oxford Economics said that Orlando tourism, which is where Disney is located. Take a guess.
$5 billion.
Orlando tourism alone generated, this is 2018, $75.2 billion.
Jesus.
75 billion? I thought you were going to make fun of me for saying 5 billion. I was off by
No.
$70 billion.
A study this article came out. This is the, let me see, Business Insider. And in 2018, Orlando brought in 75.2 billion for Central Florida in terms of money. The study also said Orlando tourism accounted for nearly 500,000 jobs, bringing in 5.8 billion in state and local tax revenue for public safety infrastructure.
Ooh, wow.
Disney said it's employed 75,000 people in Florida, which makes it the state's second largest private employer behind Publix grocery store chain, according to the Florida Department of Economic Opportunity. Disney pulls in more revenue from its media and entertainment division, which made $55 billion in revenue in the 2022 fiscal year. But yes, Disney is going down. Disney is Disney is really closing down like Bed Bath & Beyond pretty soon.
I had so many unused coupons.
I know.
Yeah,
and that's where I got my fizzy water cylinders. It was so easy to take them in there to make club soda.
Oh,
I hate that.
Damn.
I know. Oh, Rodimus says, very good, Jess. Los amo a todos. And Freddie's translating, Rodimus returns on Monday from vacation. Pretty close. Okay, well, thanks. I appreciate that.
Pretty close is pretty good.
Pretty close is pretty good. Like
pretty close will get you a degree.
Yeah.
Oh, Freddie sent me the article. Thank you, buddy. I like how Jess is now able to recite a speech to most of South America, but will have no idea what it says. Yeah, actually, I could be insulting the president of Uruguay or something, and I have no idea.
All right, guys, I'm getting out of here. It's almost 10:30, so.
I think it's time we should probably wrap the whole thing. My opinion.
Yeah, and we're all caught up finally at the end of the show. Did you already pack away your keyboard? Stocktrades.com, where you can get your collected editions from 30% up to 65%, depending on where you are in the site. 2% loyalty discount. Don't forget that. At the end of every month, on the last Monday of the month, we give away a $50 gift card courtesy of InStockTrades.com.
Oh,
$50 or more in an order gets you free shipping in the United States. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. Okay, we're never doing the IST thing without that keyboard ever again.
keyboard in my life.
Time.
I need that keyboard.
I need to actually come up with a jingle so we can be like, I don't know. It's just a fucking cacophony in here.
Riley or Willie Justice dishing out the justice. Where can they find you on all your various media websites and so forth?
The Omnibus Collector on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitch, and Omni Collector on Twitter.
Hey.
Nice. How about you, Comics Guide? Where can they find you?
Nowhere. Leave me alone.
Unless you have a hoagie and a bottle of champagne
Oh my god!
to rate a movie.
No, you could. I guess every once in a blue moon, I'll post something on Threads and stuff like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm thinking about doing the pilot this Sunday. I haven't decided bringing back the Sunday show, but that's most likely it'll happen around Sunday, around noon if I do it.
And that's going to be the news show again?
Yeah, I'm thinking about testing it here and then seeing what I do with it afterwards. So,
okay.
You did a pre-recorded news show and just had very quick weekend update style snips of info.
I might do something like that. We'll see.
So it's not just, kind of, because I feel like when you do it live, you kind of force yourself to be on for a good amount of time.
Yeah. If most likely it's going to happen this coming Sunday on this channel around 12 o'clock.
You can call
Okay.
it the Geek End update.
The key.
Awesome.
Because I had already thought about for my channel doing Weebend update for
I like
manga.
that.
So do the
Yeah, I
Geek
like that. Yeah, I'm gonna pilot test it. Let's call it that, and
Okay.
we'll see how that goes. And if I spin it off, and maybe I'll do it somewhere else or something. I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do with it, but I kind of want to do something.
Okay, good.
Just change things up.
I support all of that. You can find me, OmniDog, and OmniDog's Vault on YouTube, OmniDogs_Vault on Instagram, and on my Discord channel, where I will be watching Doctor Who at some point with Cycle Cleveland and the Discord gang. And thank you, Next Imaginaut, for telling me about the Hogwarts issue. I will Pillar of Garbage. Wow. What a name for a channel. I will check it out. So there it is, OmniDogs Vault Discord. Thank you, James. And with that, we say peace and love, peace and love. Please like and subscribe. Thank you to the chat tonight. You guys were great. Thank you to both of my co-hosts. You guys were awesome as usual. Thank you to the audience watching afterwards. Thank you to InStockTrades.com, of course, because you guys are awesome. And peace and love, peace and love.
Good night, everyone.
I can't wait. Damn it. I almost had it. There it is. Thanks for watching.